Hey guys, so welcome to today's vlog. Probably guessed it, I'm back up the Mourne Mountains again, and kind of wanted to chat very briefly today about how I plan my landscape shoots. So today, obviously, a lot of it will be dependent on weather. So I'm going to be checking on the weather apps. I'm going to be looking at the photographer's ephemeris to see where the light is going to be, and trying to work out, especially when you're shooting mountains, trying to work out what is going to be in shadow, what peaks are potentially going to be lit up in golden hour. So I'm obviously checking all of those, but for me, one of the reasons I came up the Mournes today was because it was forecasting to have sunshine and showers, and when you get forecasts like that and you get like these weather fronts blowing through, especially when it comes to mountains, you often find you get this really dramatic light, and also possibly a chance of a rainbow if you're lucky. So today I kind of had two options. I had two locations planned for up here, and I couldn't work out which I was going to go to. So option one was over on the other side, so it's actually over in the eastern side of the Mournes, roughly about the same height, so we'll be roughly in about 600 meters, and the shot that I was going to be having at sunset was going to be having me shooting back actually into the sun at sunset, which was what I was looking for. I had this thing in my head where I could get a really nice sun flare and maybe some lovely colour in the sky once the sun would go down. But the other option was actually the other option is where I actually am now. It's from the complete opposite side of the Mournes, so it's more in the western side, and I'm actually going to be shooting more easterly, so I'm going to be shooting away from the sun and trying to use the side light coming in. So two very different shots and two very different locations. And one of the big things for why I chose here today was because of the wind. So you could probably see, and actually why I'm filming behind the wall here, because the wind is coming from the northwest. So we knew, being on this side of the Mournes, there was a very good chance that I could get some sort of shelter from this here, from the Mourne wall, because the wind is coming in from this direction. What I did know was whenever I would have been on one of the other summits on the eastern side, I would be shooting directly into the wind. So, you know, obviously it causes a lot of problems and a lot of issues, and one of the things I wanted to do was to shoot a pano. So I was trying to weigh it all up, and trying to work out whether, is it worth taking the chance, because if it's so windy and you're shooting into the wind, you know, some of your images might not be sharp. So I decided, right, do you know what, I'm going to basically make this decision then based on the wind, and it still is blowing a gale up here, but at least it's blowing in the direction that I'm shooting, so I can kind of shield the camera a little bit with my body if the wind picks up a bit. But yeah, as I said, conditions are looking really good. It is to clear even more as we approach sunset, so we're hoping that we're going to get some really lovely golden light, and I'm going to try and film as much as I can, even though the wind is quite bad, so hopefully you will be able to hear me. But yeah, just an amazing spot. I just love it up here. I've definitely refound a new love for the Mournes, and yeah, I guess I just wanted to share a very quick video to kind of have a chat about what I think about when I'm trying to plan a shoot, and obviously leave your own feedback in the comments below. I'd love to hear what kind of things you guys do whenever you're planning a shoot. Okay, so this could get, oh, rainbow over there. So I really have to just grab, there we go, look at that, wow. No idea if you got any of that, but we have this, I'm not even sure if you can see it, we have this amazing rainbow. Woohoo! It has been trying to do this all day, and I've come down into the valley here, and I'm shooting a pano. You can probably tell the camera's getting blown about by the wind, so I apologise. But yeah, do you know what? I think I just need to leave this down, get the shot, and then I'll talk to you in a second. Apologies, that just got a little bit crazy very, very quickly. But yeah, so this is the scene behind me. It's just epic, and this is all blown out. I apologise. This is just... There we go. Okay, so absolutely phenomenal. Massive big spread of the Mourns right down below, right from Burna right across to Slieve Binion. And normally I would shoot my panos in portrait format, but because of the sheer expanse of this, I'm shooting out at 24mm, but I'm actually shooting in landscape format, and I'm still needing to take about 6 or 7 shots to get this whole thing in. That's just how wide it is. So I really hope that this is going to stitch together, but this is cracker. Do you know what? Hands are freezing. This kind of feels like I'm standing in the Highlands in Iceland or something, because it is so bitterly cold with the wind chill. But this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Yeah, so kind of went a little bit crazy there. Basically what had happened was we've been sitting up here for a couple of hours, and we were watching all these weather fronts blowing through, and they started off way in the west, so we could see them coming right across, and then what happened was they came pretty much right through the middle of the Mourns, which was going to be in the direction that we were hoping to shoot. And the rain just started sweeping across, and we were kind of saying all day, it's like there's going to be a rainbow, there has to be some sort of a rainbow, because the sun was coming out, and that's the direction that we were going to be getting it in. And I literally had to run down here, set up this pano, which I had scouted slightly earlier in the day, and I knew that the only way it was going to work was if there was some sort of a storm or rain or something blowing across, because it was kind of blocking out some of the peaks, and then other ones were peeking through, and it was kind of covering up all the blue sky, because we've got quite a lot of blue sky behind us now, and that's kind of not really the look that I was after. So yeah, just really frantic photography. But I guess it's one of those things where, you know, it's another thing to be prepared, plan what direction you're wanting to be shooting, and try and almost second guess what the weather's going to do, and then you just have to be in position and wait and hope that it does what you hope it is going to do. And it did today. We got a beautiful rainbow just coming out of pretty much the summit of Doan, which was really nice. Filter wise, I didn't even have time to talk through any settings, but filter wise all I had on was the it was the new Nissi natural circular polarizer, and obviously when you're shooting rainbows and you start to polarize it, it can literally either remove the rainbow or really make it pop. So really useful to have. But that was the only filter I had on camera, and yeah, pretty pleased. I think the light is going to get better later, so I'm just hopeful that we still get maybe an odd passing shower blowing across, a little bit of drama in the sky, some nice soft light, and yeah, we'll be good to go. But I think we're going to go grab some dinner, and I think wait for the light to drop a little bit. Okay, so it's been a long couple of hours. We've had some dinner, and kind of waiting on it getting into golden hour here. You can probably just see behind me there, just there somewhere, the sun. So yeah, I've been kind of walking about and having a bit of a look for compositions, and really struggling at the minute because I'm taking shelter behind this from the wind, and I think there's a couple of compositions on the other side of it, and sorry, just blinding you there, and I just think it's going to be extremely hard to shoot in because the wind is almost gale force, so it is really rough. So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, I guess, for the whole composition thing. But as I say, we're getting towards golden hour, so what I wanted to do was shoot a shot back into the moorings using the sun, kind of like lighting up the mooring wall from the side. It is quite a nice shot. The only problem is there's literally no cloud in the sky that way. It's just complete blue sky, which, as you'll know, is not my favourite condition to be shooting in. But hopefully as the light gets a little bit softer, then it'll make up for it, and the peaks will take on a really nice golden glow. The other composition I need to try and find out is I'm wanting to try and use this behind me, the stile that goes over the top of the wall. Down below in the valley we have a dam, a Spelga Dam it's called. It's a little lake of a thing, and I've just been trying to frame up a composition with it for sunset because the sun is going to be setting directly behind me, so I'm hoping that maybe I can get a shot shooting back that way with a nice sun star in it. But again, it's just it's just struggling with the composition a little bit because where I really want to be shooting is up on top of the wall. It's just too windy because I need a little bit extra height to try and get higher than the stile to look down and down into the valley. So I think I'm literally just going to wing it, to be honest, and we'll see how we get on. But still absolutely amazing to be up here. So glad we came up earlier on. I think the trip has been worth it because of the pano that I got with the rainbow in the middle. The light was amazing, really moody, dramatic. Hopefully all the images are sharp, so if it doesn't appear in the video you'll know what has happened. But yeah, if that's the only one that I get today, then I think it's definitely been worth it. So yeah, I think gonna let this sun get a little bit lower, let the light get a little bit softer, and we will brave the wind and see what we can come up with. Okay, so I've braved the other side of the wall, and you're probably not actually going to be able to hear any of this because I'm trying to shield the microphone from the wind. It's just blowing a gale here. But yeah, so I've come across and I've got for my composition, I've got the mooring wall leading down in from the right hand side. I've got these lovely stones in the foreground, and then we've got Burna, we've got Sleeve Burna and Mealmore, Mealbeg, Loch Shanna as the peaks in the distance. So all I'm waiting for now is light. Now the sun has gone in behind a massive bank of cloud, but there is a really huge gap below it, so just having to bide my time here, hoping that the sun is going to burst out. Then hopefully I'll be able to grab this shot and then spin around and try and get something really dramatic shooting this way here, because we've got some amazing light down over Spelga Dam, which I might actually turn and shoot that very quickly now, because the sun I think is just about to peek out. So I don't even think you're going to hear me, but I've decided to stick on the filters, stick on the grad. Sorry, that's Gilbert.
That's me. Hello.
That's the lurker. So I've decided now, this scene is changing so quickly, and I decided to swing back around, try and get a composition to shoot back into the sun. Some really lovely shafts of light, but I just need the sun to come out again. As you can see, the sky is just starting to fill over with cloud just out of nowhere, so yeah, this could look rather epic. Okay, so I've turned my attention back this way, so getting some amazing light coming right across, and what it's doing, it's catching part of the Mourne wall now, sweeping right round over Sleeve Loch Shanna, Millbeg, Millmore, and over onto Burna, and we've just got this beautiful soft light. But one of the really cool things, and I really hope you can hear this audio, one of the really cool things is the breeze is blowing all this grass so much that I'm only down at a 1/6 of a second, and we've got little bits just getting caught by the sun down in my foreground, and using well, I'll move to about maybe a 1/5 of a second now, and it's just enough to give it a lovely blurry effect, which is really, really nice. So I think we're gonna, the clouds behind me are rolling in, and they're catching all this amazing colour from the sun. So I really want to shoot a sun flare and shoot into the sun, but I think this might be, I think I'm gonna have to stick out with this shot just a little bit longer, because I don't know if you can see, they're probably all blown out over there, but those clouds are blowing this way, so they're going to blow into my scene, and I think once they do, it's just, they're all going to light up. Wow, absolutely Baltic, but so worth it, so worth it. Okay, so I think we've finished shooting for the night. I've come back over to the wall, so hopefully you can hear me a bit better now because it's nice and sheltered here. So yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up there, probably head back down. So yeah, it was rather frantic, definitely a lot more frantic than I had planned, but I think we got some really nice shots at the end, some lovely side lighting hitting the main moorns, and then a lovely sunburst kind of out over the top of Spelga, which was a really added bonus. So yeah, thanks as always for watching. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, and I don't know whether I should end in this, but could this be my last landscape photography shoot with a Sony? Okay, we'll leave it there. I'm saying nothing more, and I will see you in the next video.